This is a disaster for the New Orleans Pelicans as they now fall to 0-3 after losing another close winnable game. And the problem is only growing bigger with Zion Williamson being out. We're going to give you the latest details and give you a recap of this game inside this edition of Pelicans Digest. What's good with it, y'all? It's your people, Melz On The MIC. Back once again inside Pelicans Digest. Blah. We back once again dealing with the Pelicans and another loss as we now sit at 0-3, getting ready to head into an ugly road trip. And once again, thank you so much for subscribing, man, and being a part of the conversation. And don't forget, like and subscribe, and also share this video with your fellow Pels fans to let them know that this is where you can get the best analysis, opinion, and more about the New Orleans Pelicans as they now fall to 0-3, losing to a Boston Celtics team who, again, you had every advantage against. They coming off a back-to-back. Their star player wasn't at 100%. You had an advantage at big. Still couldn't pull it off. Still got blown out by 30 points, which, again, that 30 points is kind of misleading because the Pelicans had a chance to win this game again, but just couldn't do it, couldn't get any shots, couldn't get anything done. And, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I have done my best. I have done my best to not get on the Willie Green, fire Willie Green train. I have been adamant about trying to give this man a chance, but it's over, ladies and gentlemen. He can't do it. He can't do it. We can't win with this guy. We're not going to be able to do it. And it all started last night. But why even get into the game recap? I don't even want to get into the game recap just yet. What you saw last night was a masterclass of a championship coach in Joe Mazzulla, coming in prepared and knowing what to do against this team. You saw a head coach in Willie Green who just reacted, as always, to whatever they were doing. And it all started at the start of the game with the opening lineup as they were announced. They announced an opening lineup of Herb Jones, Trey, Poole, Fears, and Saddiq Bey. Now, what did I say in the video yesterday was your advantage if you're going into this game against Boston, who has been getting out-rebounded in their first two losses? If you what did I say? This is a game that your big should be dominated in. You don't have, so you couldn't go with Zion, so you had to go with Queen or Jordan or Makovic and Missy. You had all your bigs available. You roll out that lineup to start the game with. And then somewhere probably right before tip, somebody probably came along and said, hey, yo, they're starting one of their bigs. You might want to put a big in. Hurry up and throw Missy in there. Hurry up and put Missy in there. Did he even watch the game? Did he even know the lineup was coming like that? Did he even know? Like that was confusing to start the game with as it was. But then you start the game and you get blown out early because you had that starting lineup. You went small. You didn't decide to go big. You had an advantage of bigs. You didn't want to go that route. Richard gets in there. Richard up in there cooking the rookie Fears because I don't know why tonight was the night you decided to say, let's start Jeremiah Fears. Let's give Jeremiah Fears a start. And he ends up finishing 1-11 and gets cooked most of the game by Pritchard. Let's not even get into the lineups. You already know that what his big issue is the lineups. And you're throwing Jordan Hawkins again, and once again, coaching. This is where coaching comes in. Joe Mazzulla knew that and had his team prepared to know that if they put in Jordan Hawkins, that's going to be an easy bucket for whoever got the ball. And that's exactly what happened. They started hunting. They literally was hunting down Jordan Hawkins. Let me get Jordan Hawkins. Hurry up and get Jordan Hawkins over here on me so I can score. And that was happening all night. And you still couldn't get any rebounds because you didn't have any bigs. You didn't want to put in a big lineup. So, you know, you finally get a spark with Jose and then you get a spark when you bring in DeAndre Jordan and you bring in Derek Queen and you get a spark on defense and you also start controlling the paint points more and the offensive rebounding more. Come out of halftime. No, we don't want to stay with that. Let's go to something else. Let's go back to where we started with. What you saw last night was a master class of coaching. And while Willie Green he's not getting through to these guys. It's not working. And it doesn't help when your head coach at the end of the game has this quote in his press conference. I'm disappointed in how we approached the game. I'm disappointed in the lack of toughness on the floor more than anything. That's the part that's difficult. It's one thing to not win a game. It's a whole other thing to get kind of punked on your home floor. And I'm a part of that. You damn skip me, champ. You are a part of that. You are the leader of that. You was disappointed in how you came in prepared. Who's in charge of preparing? Who's in charge of preparing? The head coach, right? That's what I thought. I thought that's how you prepare. I thought that's who the responsibility of preparation falls on. Is the head coach, and you're disappointed in how you prepared. So you did that. Your team got punked, thoroughly punked on the floor. This team is soft as a baby's bottom, y'all. Outside of DeAndre Jordan and Jose Alvarado, everybody on that team is soft as a baby's pamper. They are soft. All you have to do is get aggressive with this team, and you saw last night a lot of that with the guards. They start crying and whining and looking for calls and fouls. Referees do not like New Orleans, all right? Referees don't like New Orleans, so you got to get tough and stop crying and looking for fouls and trying to be a foul merchant. You're not SGA, Jordan Poole, sorry. But, again, another masterclass of coaching, and that's why this morning you're starting to see it's getting louder, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to get loud that Willie Green's got to go. It is starting to get loud now. It is starting to sound very loud now. Will Guillory of The Athletic, who is a Pelicans insider, has already written an article this morning about how the Pelicans and Willie Green are already in hot water after this disastrous 0-3 start. 3 winnable games. And you got thoroughly out the first two games, you got out, you just didn't have some things go your way. This game, you were thoroughly outcoached. Okay? You're thoroughly outcoached. And let's talk about that. Don't even get me started on that fourth quarter. Because the team's execution in the fourth quarter has been an ongoing issue in all 3 of these games. And it reached another extreme against the Celtics. Despite struggling on both ends most of the night, the Pelicans managed to cut their deficit to 89-83 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This is when Jaylen Brown picked up his 5th foul and was headed to the bench. And you decide, let's stick with this small lineup. We're not going to try to get some easy points in the paint to try to catch up. DeAndre Jordan was your biggest spark last night. Him and Jose Alvarado was your biggest sparks last night. And you still decided to still go with Jordan Hawkins, who was getting cooked. You still decided to go with Trey Murphy, and I will say this about Trey. Boston game planned for him perfectly. They played him perfectly. They gave him, I remember Antonio, AD was saying in the broadcast, they gave him star coverage because they knew Zion wasn't there, so all they knew was shut down Trey Murphy and we'll be all right. We'll let Jordan Poole do whatever. Jordan Poole going to do what he do. Shut down Trey Murphy and we got this whole team shut down. Because you can't trust Herb on the offensive side, even though Herb did better on the offensive side in this game. Still couldn't trust him on offense. Hawkins going to get cooked. And these guys play soft. And Pierce is a rookie. We're going to cook him regardless. That's all comes down to coaching, ladies and gentlemen. It all comes down to coaching, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time for Willie Green to go, man. And I have been generous. I said you got to give him the first 10 games. That number has officially been dropped according to Will Guillory. If they end this road trip with a 1-5 or 0-6 record, is it too soon to wonder if Willie Green's job may be in trouble? I gave him 10 games, Will. You giving them 6? I'm with it. Give them 6. Give them 6. Because it is very conceivable that we're going to lose these next 3 games. You got Denver, L.A., the Clippers, L.A., and the Thunder. The Clippers is, I think, is an NBA Cup game, so, and it's all 3 of these are on the road. So it's very possible that this team could come back on this road trip 0-6. And if Will Guillory says give him 6 games, hey, I'm with it. Give him just 6 games. Because I have seen enough. You can't sit there and tell me that this team who can get back into games all the time, but this team is mentally weak, and it starts with the leadership. Their leader is nonchalant. Their leader doesn't seem like he has any fire in him, any passion in him. He's just on the sidelines like this. And that's why it was funny to me, I saw this tweet from Mason Ginsberg on Blue Sky, I think. He said, just tuned into the game and finally getting a very fussy 5-month-old, and the first thing I see is the classic Willie Green face. What are we doing? I don't know what's going on. What's this? That's all we see. The scrunched up. What's going on here, face? What are we doing, face? Your team is weak because it's an embodiment of their leadership. Your team lacks toughness because you're not instilling that in them. Your team is not prepared because you're not preparing them. You start you announce an opening lineup and then you scrub it at the last second right before tip-off because you realize something at the last second, that you got to play bigs. And again, everybody kept telling you before the game. I said it. AD said it in the broadcast. Hell, I was reading articles before the game that said, your advantage, if you're the Pelicans, is to use your bigs tonight. You don't want to use your bigs. I'll throw in Missy for a couple minutes. I'll throw in Jordan and Queen for a couple minutes, see how that works out. And then I'll wave the white flag after being 6 points. Within 6 points, in 8 minutes, you get scored 33-7, and you wave the white flag 2 minutes in to decide, all right, I'll just go ahead and just wave the white flag. Like it's preseason, like you was up 20. I'll go ahead and empty the bench. You wave the white flag 2 minutes in, even though you was down 20. That is the embodiment of weakness, and that is the embodiment of what this team is right now. It needs a new voice. It needs a new voice. And Willie's not going to be able to do it, man. He's not. So we'll see what happens. We got what? These next couple of games upcoming, but it's over, man. I am on. Sign me up for the Fire Willie Green movement. I'm all in on it. What are your thoughts? Are you in on it too? You still think he needs 10 games? You want him gone now? He's not going to be gone now. At the time of this recording, he was still the head coach. He hasn't been fired. I ain't got no breaking news report saying he got fired. So, so we're stuck with him. What are your thoughts, though? What are your thoughts? Can this team recover? Can this team come back? Will they get some toughness in them? Clap back with your thoughts right here on Pelicans Digest. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, man. If you haven't done it yet, this is where you get the best analysis, opinion, and more about the New Orleans Pelicans. It's Melz talking about those Pels. I'll holler at you next time.